welcome to MGTracey. Well, today we're going to be looking at our Keurig machine, and we're going to be looking at the most common mistakes that owners of these type of machines make and how to avoid them and get the best out of your coffee machine. Okay, so here we are with tip number one. Now, when you drop your K-cup in, you'll see that it sits at a funny angle. When you now pull this down, as well as putting a bit of extra stress on the joins here, what you sometimes find is the needle goes in at a strange angle. This allows some of the coffee grains from here to come out, leak around the side, and they can end up in your cup. So it's a very simple solution for that. Remembering that there's sharp things there, so watch your fingers. But if you've got your K-cup in, just do that. It's now level, so that when you bring down the top, you're not putting any pressure on those joins, and you're actually going to have a perfect puncture to get your coffee. So inside a K-cup is actually 11 grams of fresh ground coffee. Now that's a lot more than you get with the competing systems of Nespresso and Tea-Dis, but you've got 11 grams. If you try and put too much water through this, you're just going to end up with weaker coffee. So, to end up with the best tasting coffee with these type of machines, you often have small, medium and large. I'm finding that by hitting the middle one, you are getting the right amount of water for the 11 grams of coffee that's in a key cup to get the real key taste. So in this case, this is the Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and doing it this way, it really does taste like you would get that from the actual shops. If your machine has a strong button, then you can use that to give yourself a slightly stronger blend. What it's actually doing, it's halving the speed at which the water goes through, therefore giving it a bit more time to pick up the oils and the flavours and everything that's in the ground coffee that's in the cup. Now remember, on any of these machines, you don't have to wait for it to automatically stop. If you think that's about right for me, and you're going to add some frothed milk on the top or spray cream, then at any time you can just push that button and that will stop the flow. Now with the Keurig systems, the water is much hotter than it is in the competing systems from Boss and Nespresso, so do be very careful that you don't make sure your hand gets dripped on or whatever, because that will hurt. Now the next key area to making sure that you really get the best out of your Keurig machine is obviously the water. So in the UK, in many places, we have things added like chlorine and fluoride is added to our water supply. So if you've got used to that taste, honestly, you're not going to notice. When you move from one country to another, you really pick up the variances. So if you don't like the taste of the local water, then you can either use a filtered water, buy yourself a water filter, or the easiest option is just buy a nice bottled water. The other advantage of using bottled water is that you're not going to have to clean the machine. Now, a lot of influencers talk about using white vinegar. That's not recommended by any of the manufacturers. You will find that they all sell their own descaling tablets or liquid that is specifically designed for the inside of the machine. I have tasted coffee that's come out of a coffee machine that's been cleaned with white vinegar, and to me, it's left a tang behind. So I'll be very careful with using that to descale it. In a future video, I'll show you how to descale it using the manufacturer's recommended way. If you don't want to have to descale it, then bottled water means you're not going to have the chalk or any other bits and pieces going to build up on the element, which in time would inhibit the performance of the machine. Bottled water also means zero taste, so you are going to start off with the coffee that you wanted. So really my last tip to make sure you're getting the really best out of your Keurig machine is to make sure you rinse it in between different types of drinks. So if, like our hard working machine, you are swapping from Dunkin' Donuts and you're going to be moving over to Swiss Miss hot chocolate, anything like that, you're going to get a little bit of the previous drink within the equipment. So obviously you need to flush the machine. Now that is dead easy with a Keurig. You don't need any funny discs or any programs. Now if you have a close look, you can see after you've used your machine there's a fair bit of moisture and that around there. With the K-pod out, just give that a little bit of a wipe round with a microfiber cloth. You will find that most of the internal parts easily unclip. In fact, this one breaks into two, but you need to just run that through the dishwasher, that'll be fine. And also the parts of the drip tray, you can put those in the dishwasher as well, just to keep them clean. Just run the machine without a K-cup. Now looking at that, I can already see that water is slightly off colour, so it is actually getting some of the oils and some of the bits and pieces that have been left from the Dunkin' Donuts coffee out of the inside of the machine. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but it's already sort of an off-whitey yellow. So you really need to do this, and you need to do this again after you've had something like hot chocolate, or you're going to get the chocolate taste coming through on the first few brews of your coffee. So run that as long as you need to. Even if you're using the same coffee all the time, I would certainly do this once or twice a week. Hopefully there you can pick up the colour of that. That is not clear water, it's gone slightly yellow, giving it a clean. So if I get myself a nice clean cup now we can make our Swiss Miss hot chocolate and not have to worry that we've got a background aroma or taste of coffee. So I hope you found that useful. Please like, share and subscribe. I hope you have a fantastic coffee Christmas. If you're getting a coffee machine for the first time, then congratulations, welcome to the world of coffee machines. There are hundreds of coffee machine videos on my channel, so please subscribe and have a look at some of those. If you've got any questions at all, put them in the question box below and I'll do my best to come back to you in a few days. Have a wonderful Christmas.